This is Comic Geek Speak, episode 129.
Welcome to Comic Geek Speak. I'm Bryan Deemer.
I'm Matt.
I'm Jamie D.
I'm Peter Rios.
Oh, by the hammer of Thor!
And welcome to Comic Geek Speak. This episode is brought to you by Jeffrey Borchert and ThinkJeffrey.com. That's Think, Jeffrey.com. Known as Icon on the forum, photographer extraordinaire, provider of truffles to the geeks, lover of his own ass, and fictional husband to Little Witch. Stop by ThinkJeffrey.com. Check out the photos and email Jeffrey at ThinkJeffrey.com if you're interested in buying prints. Jeffrey assures everyone, and especially just Bill, that no man-ass will be found at ThinkJeffrey.com. Jeffrey would also like to take this opportunity to confess that the Icon Little Witch romance exists only on the CGS forum and is expressly for the entertainment of Jeffrey and Amy, and to make Titans Together jealous. That said, Jeffrey asks that any gorgeous single women under or around 25 in the Calgary area email him a picture of themselves and write in 50 words or less why Jeffrey should take them out on a date. Email Jeffrey at thinkjeffrey.com, that's Jeffrey, and make sure you stop by thinkjeffrey.com to check out his photos. Remember, there's no man-ass. Take it away, geeks.
Make sure you get some photos of those girls, too.
Have you seen some of the photos on there?
Well, I mean, anyone that submits the why he should date them, you want photos, too.
It's cool. Supporting our show.
That's right. Yeah,
I like that.
Jeffrey.
He did send us those truffles, and man, they were good.
They were good.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I heard.
You weren't there. You missed them. You missed out.
Yeah, they didn't last long.
Every time I hear truffles, I think of American Wedding with the one scene.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
All right, well, if you haven't seen the movie, I'm not going to spoil it for you.
I saw it. I just don't know what the hell you're talking about.
No, with the ring? Well, just rent it.
As long as it has something to do with Stifler, he loves it. So that's...
Do some listener emails. Got this one actually through MySpace, where you can go to check out our MySpace, www.myspace.com/comicgeekspeak. This is from Bill from Michigan. He writes, yes, I moved into a new era, the podcast at work. It sure beats listening to talk radio, NPR, and hearing about all this government fiasco stuff. When really, all I want to hear about is stories and ideas and characters. So I dropped some cash, bought an iPod, loaded it with music, and then found podcasting. I subscribed to you fellas, and you had me laughing so hard, and I enjoyed your love of comics, for the sake of comics. Honestly, the question and answer part from the reader to, I don't know who it was, I'm not that familiar with you guys yet, was the best. I was choking on my cigarette smoke from laughing. Just wanted to let you know I appreciate what you are doing and will be listening week after week now. Been a comics reader since probably like 8 or 9 years old. I remember going to the local supermarket and getting a comic every Thursday off the spin rack. Just great memories. Kept reading, dropped out of the comic scenes for a while. Got back in, kept reading, dropped out. And then in a mad dash for cash, sold everything except Dark Knight Returns. Now I have just gotten back into comics, picking up what I can of old collections on eBay, reading new runs of old comics, and attempting to read a few Marvel titles. Always a DC and indie guy. Even remember reading Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Flaming Carrot from way, way back. I think Alan Moore's Swamp Thing messed me up for life. Ha, I was so little then, sheesh. Now I'm 30 and savor every page, unless the book sucks. Again, just letting you know. Thanks, I appreciate it. Can't wait for more questions, answers, reviews, opinions, and arguments. Got out of work and really just want to hit the sack right now. I'm out of time tonight. Thanks, Bill from Michigan. So I thought that was just a great email that he sent. Thanks, Bill.
Has there been anybody reading comics that hasn't gotten out of it for a while and came back? Seems like
me.
Consecutive story.
You never had a break?
Nope.
At all?
I have not taken a break since... I can't remember. I mean, I wasn't seriously collecting when I was like a teen, but I would get, what I could. And once high school was over and I was looking just for a hobby, I started this and I haven't stopped since.
And you say you didn't stop either?
No, I mean, I slowed down to the bare minimum for like a year. I was still getting like to when Sandman was ending. So like Sandman and Shade and Gru, and I don't know, I might have picked up one or two other ones for like 6 months or so to a year maybe, and then I was back.
Did you stop at all?
No, I stopped several times. It goes in cycles, I think. Just when I'm reading, after a while, you're just like, same story I read 5 years ago. What the hell?
You're not allowed to quit now.
Well, I'm spending more now than I ever did before.
That's right, baby.
It's the power of CGS.
Yeah. We're supposed to get the listeners to buy more, not us.
We got an email from Brent Casina, I guess he's writing us from the University of Florida. And Matt, I think this one is really for you. He says his favorite hero is Batman, and he's loving the 1 year later stuff that's going on. He just recently read the Sword of Azrael trade, and he really liked that one. And he wanted to know what we thought of Batman Nightfall and Nightsend, that whole storyline, and what you think of Azrael as a character. So, Matt, I figured you're probably the one best qualified to answer that question.
I think looking back, Nightfall and Nightsend weren't the storyline that I thought it was. I remember reading that. I must have read that storyline as it was coming out at least 2 or 3 times, especially with the whole year-long Night Quest. Just because I was irritated with the Asbats, and I was the story I was more interested in how Bruce Wayne was going to be coming back. And then you kind of got, I thought, some really good scenes in Night's End, especially at the end of 1, where Bruce is basically suiting up again into the Batman outfit, which I looked at and I thought I'd love to see this as a poster. It was just one of those scenes that I thought is unbelievable. It's at the end of Robin, I think, one of those issues. But I liked Azrael as a character outside of Batman. The original suit that he had in the Sword of Azrael storyline, but then once he got his own series, he had that for a while, and things were switched up. And the thing that always irritated me with Azrael is whenever he had a problem, it always had a solution because of the system. It's like the system was all he could do whatever he wanted because of the system. So it's like they're phlebophum. That's whenever they need an excuse of why they could do something. Oh, it's the system. So I kind of felt that was a little.
What the hell is that? A Pensy Dutch thing or something? Or
phlebophum?
Yeah. What the hell did you say?
If you listen to any of the commentaries on Buffy, that's what Joss Whedon calls their reasoning for why something would happen. So like when Buffy came back from the dead, it was, well, this will just be the phlebophum. This I think it was a vase or something that brought her back. That's just the word.
Like something out of the blue that just.
It's just her generic word, and then they'll think, of some bullshit thing of, okay, this is why it happens. Okay. So, anyways, at the time I thought it was a really good storyline because I was just like, Bruce has to come back. But now looking back and seeing what's come out since then, you're just kind of like, it's just a long drawn out story. Though the thing that interested me the most now, having talked to Denny O'Neil, was the fact that I completely misconstrued the whole series. To me, it was always
misconstrued it.
Well, misconstrued it, you bastard. To me, it was always Bane was the villain, but you didn't really see him the Night Quest and Night's End. But then Denny O'Neil said no, it was actually Azrael was the actual villain throughout the whole series, and that was his whole vice of why he was created. If that answers your question.
Right. To show the difference between a hero, what a real hero would do, and somebody like Azrael, what he does do.
Exactly.
Right.
But then if you kind of think about it, up until Infinite Crisis, Bruce kind of became more Azrael-like with his methods and the way he was, which I enjoyed, but apparently nobody else did, so that's why they had to switch it up with 1 year later.
No, I think because even Danny O'Neill even said it. He would never want to see Batman go that way, but still popular comics. Still a popular character.
It's amazing now how it was difficult as hell to get those first couple issues, the parts to Nightfall, which is that's when I really started to read Batman, and difficult as hell, and they were expensive. And now you look and they're like $5, and it's like, well, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, they're everywhere now.
Yeah, I think just to wrap up here, I think one issue, the one where he actually gets his back broken, they have like a counterfeit copy out there that's worth nothing, but they say it's like some special rare platinum edition that I think it's valued at something just because it's fake. It's not even a real issue that DC put out.
I did read about that somewhere. Yeah, Wizard. I never finished that storyline. I always got the middle stuff. That's what I didn't read. The Knight's Quest.
The Night
I guess.
Quest?
Yeah, I never read that.
You know what? Basically, that's just two storylines going on. It depends. If you're interested in the Bruce Wayne stuff, there's that whole story and some of the parts, because it was in Justice League Task Force. It was in everything.
Oh, it went everywhere.
Yeah, and then the main Bat books were primarily Azrael, and you just got to see him basically in a year span being Batman, and as he's learning more about himself at the same time and he gets darker and darker and darker as the series progresses.
There it is.
Yep. That's my nutshell on that situation.
Keep your nutshell in your pants.
Yeah.
With my
nuts.
with my conscrutum.
Oh. Jesus. All right, yeah, that's what we got an email.
Okay. So we're gonna change gears here, and we're gonna play the Marvel trivia game. God bless you. This is from Pressman Toy Corporation. Looks like 2003. This is when it came out. It has all the Marvel characters on the front. Looks like Salvador LaRucca on the bottom artwork. Just as a way to kind of, we got the Pittsburgh. We're heading to Pittsburgh tomorrow, so and we're having our big trivia contest thing there. So
I got to ask you, looking on the bottom of this box,
mm-hmm.
why does it look like everybody is themselves except for Wolverine? You have
is the ultimate version.
Ultimate version,
Yeah.
Which
They always do that for
not
promotion.
a big fan of the Ultimate line, and it seems that's where everything's converting to.
Their promo stuff is all mostly Ultimate stuff, definitely.
Yeah, all the bed sheets and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's all because it's where the kids are, I guess.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
what they, if they want to.
That's why I'm holding out on my
push it.
X-Men bed sheets. 'Cause they don't have the regular line.
Keep my old ones.
That would be a great little stunt to have like your Batman sheets or something, and get some chick up there and see if she runs from the building. It would be a great practical joke thing, to have to do.
If she stays, she's a keeper.
That's right. I gotta convince Tasha we need FF sheets. Right?
I want my Amazing Spider-Man and his friend sheets, please.
Do you think Shane has Scooby-Doo and bed sheets and?
For himself or for his kids?
Yeah, no, for himself.
Nah, he's got the G.I.
Carlene
Joe.
would never.
I
would
don't
never
think
go for that.
Carlene would go that far. Oh, honey, I want to do you on the Scooby-Doo sheets.
Ooh,
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Where are you?
Ruby-dooby-doo.
Scooby want a Scooby snack?
I want to do you Scooby style?
All right, so it's very. I haven't played it yet, so I just wanted to bring it in, and I'm going to actually play it as well since I didn't make these questions up. So the idea is you hand out a little score sheet, and there are 5 categories: strength, ultimate intelligence, power, energy control, resistance. And the idea is to answer trivia questions based on those. There are these little tiles. If you kind of think of it like a match game almost, like you face them down and then you pick one up, and this one has an S. So then you would answer the question that matches to the S on the card, and then if you get it right, you check it off. And
It's strength.
Yeah,
No.
It doesn't pertain to the question though. It's just basically what you check off. So the idea is to get
So you have to get 5 of each.
5 of each. Well, they say you can play as many as you want. You can just get, if somebody gets 1, all 5 of 1, they win, or 2 if they win, or 3 or 4, whatever. So we can pick how many we want. We can just go for 1 at first.
That's 25 questions each person would have to get right. That's all.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long podcast, people.
So no, we don't have to do
Charge
all
your
of them.
batteries.
We can do them.
Strap in.
The funny thing is they say this is for ages 8 and up. I don't see no 8-year-old playing this game. I mean, I was reading some of these questions. I was like, no way. No way are they going to get these
Well,
questions.
if they're child prodigies like you, Peter.
Well, I was not a child prodigy at 8, that's for sure.
Definitely read.
He was a child prodigy at 27.
if you
He's just
pick,
stating a child.
He's a late bloomer as far as child prodigies go.
so the tiles are SUPER, but there are also ones that have M on it.
Super.
Right. There's one that has M on it, and if you pick an M, you get to pick whatever category you want. So whichever one you're winning in, that's the one you would want to pick from. And you actually get, if you get the question correctly, you fill in 2 circles on that line. Oh, so it's good to get an M. And once you flip one of those little thingies, keep it flipped, and the idea is just keep going, and then when they're done, we'll flip them back and go back again. So whoever flips, the person on their left answers questions. Who wants to go first?
Is it back or forward flip?
We'll go this way. Clockwise. Shut up. So you want to flip and I'll ask you a question first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
P.
Okay.
P.
I've got a P.
Which X-Men originally recruited the Marauders for Mr. Sinister? We just talked about this on one of our Marvel events.
Yeah, I don't have any idea. I just read those issues too.
Can I go for the steal?
Do you want to go for the steal? You want to do that? Might make the game go faster.
Who can steal? Only the person to your left?
Yeah, only
There
one
you
way
go.
to the left, yeah.
Would that be Gambit?
That would be Gambit.
Fight!
What was that? What was
It was not-
So you get to
Cross off
check one
P.
off of P. And while he
You
might as well
take a
go
P.
again since he stole it, we'll give him his round as well. So
Okay.
You get to take a P.
I got you.
P.
I got you.
What does SHIELD stand for?
Oh, Jesus. Who's Shield? I have no shitheads. And
Jamie, you want to
keep it
steal?
light.
Oh man, it's strategic hazard. International Espionage Law Division.
No. Strategic Hazard Intervention Espionage
Intervention.
Logistics Directorate.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like 2 of them. I know that. Yeah,
I got 2 wrong.
you want to go again since that was your.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just trying to steal.
I think we know how to play by now.
All right, shut up. Pick that damn thing up.
S.
S.
What does MLF stand for?
Oh.
Mutant Liberation Force.
Oh, I'll steal if he doesn't know it.
Factor.
No.
Pater?
You got another guess you want to try?
No, go ahead.
Mutant Liberation Front.
That is correct.
Crap.
Reminded me of MILF there.
With the Judean People's Front.
What'd you pick?
Splitters.
Did you pick S or U?
Yes, S.
S. All right.
Opposed to the People's Front of Judea.
I got R.
I was in Rios.
You are an R. Christ, just go.
Wait, read it.
Who runs the Daily Bugle?
J. Jonah Jameson.
Yes.
Oh, no, I couldn't get that one.
J. Jenna Jameson?
What does the first J stand for?
Go ahead, Bryan.
I think it's James. I thought it was James.
I don't know.
S.
You could be right. At first, why couldn't Steve Rogers join the army?
Because he was wimpy. He was a big skinny dork.
I'll tell you. It says
He's a milk toast.
It says he was 4F there, wasn't it?
rejected because of his frailty and sickness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
4F.
What was that? An S?
S.
S.
A U. I got you.
For you again.
Why don't we just like take some each so we don't have to keep
Frank
passing it
Sambi.
around?
What color is Polaris's hair?
Oh.
Green.
That's an easy one. Yeah.
I was
And
thinking
they
of
got the
something.
misplaced apostrophe on that question.
Sons of
Oh,
bitches.
you son of a bitch. P. I've got to pee.
Which of Spider-Man's enemies has an impenetrable hide and a horn on his head?
Scorpion. Shocker. The rhinoceros. Rhino.
That would be correct.
I need a pen so I can mark down my P.
I got
Thank you.
an S when you're ready to answer.
Please
your question.
aim for the bull, Jamie.
Got an S, do ya?
Maybe-
Why was Captain America the only super soldier created?
Why was he doing this? Because the formula only worked on him?
Because he was enough.
No.
No.
That is incorrect.
Because they... Oh, shit, I'm trying to think. They ran out of the formula, right?
Kind of.
I thought
He was destroyed by the Red Skull?
I thought the scientists that created the formula got killed.
You are correct. Matthew.
But he can't
You
steal from
can't
me.
steal it because... Yeah, it says,
I just like to know that.
Dr. Erskine was killed by a Nazi spy without fully committing the formula to paper.
That's why you write things down.
Yep. So your super soldier formula works.
P.
What year was Daredevil introduced?
Gosh darn.
I'm going to say 1964.
Yes!
Oh! What the hell number did I pick?
P.
Number, what letter?
Out of the Schwinter comes the answer.
What'd you pick? Oh,
Ooh, I got the M.
Oh, so
The what?
you get to pick whichever one you want.
Which one you want, and you get 2 if you get it right.
Fuck.
Base it off what you winning so far.
I'll just pick one random.
Give me the P.
Where did the Taskmaster grow up?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What kind of question is that?
You're so random.
Let's see. Kaplakistan? No, I have no idea.
Was it the circus?
No, it's the Bronx.
Oh, okay.
Because they're not even like based on difficulty level as you go down the score or anything like that. So, I don't know.
I don't know what I've been told.
What do you got?
R.
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 What villain is known to be the world's finest robot maker?
Feeling that would. Crap.
I think I know it.
Again, that's the world's finest robot maker.
Robot maker.
I think
Robot.
I know.
Como te arigato.
Come on, Jamie.
I have like his last name. I can't think of his first name though. Is it Zola?
Who?
Zola. Zola.
Arnim Zola?
Arnim Zola.
Is it-
Gorgonzola?
Yeah,
Gorgonzola.
Gorgonzola.
He's not right.
No.
I have a guess then.
I'm going to say the Mad Thinker.
No.
I'm going to say Victor Von Doom.
no.
Then Ultron.
Damn.
Machine Smith.
Of course.
Okay.
Gosh darn.
I can't believe you guys didn't get that.
I know. You.
I know you too, Peter.
What was the former occupation of the Abomination?
Russian astronaut.
No.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with... Spy.
You are correct.
Oh!
What letter did you pick?
You.
Look at that. How about an E?
Oh, apparently Peter's
Give me
tired
these.
of
Tired of touching
Passing it
stuff
around.
after I touch it.
Who was Hawkeye married to?
Jeez.
Easy.
I know it is. It's I know I should know the answer, but I don't, what are you doing?
Just passing them around. So we're
That's
splitting
not
them
cool.
Peter used to touch the cards after we did.
Yeah. He's afraid he might get something from me.
Crikey, I really should know that, man. It's not Janet, is it? Janet Pym or what the hell? Van Dyne or what the heck's her last name?
It's Janet Van Dyne.
Nope.
Nope.
Going for the steal?
Yep.
Could it be To Kill a Mockingbird?
The Mockingbird, yes.
What letter is that?
Bobby,
What's her real name?
was it Bobby Chase?
I got no
or Bobby...
Matt. I thought it was
It's
it was Bobby.
Bobby. Yeah, Bobby.
Uh,
Bobby
Bob-
Chase is the
Bobby
editor.
Chase is the editor, yeah.
What the hell was her last name? Bobby.
I was saying Chase, so that's, I have nothing.
That's a good question.
Somebody's yelling at their iPod right now.
Yeah.
You morons!
The letter M.
He got another one. Letter M.
Yeah, because he picked the one that was already turned up.
Let's go for resistance. I haven't had any of those.
That was futile.
The most powerful group within the Hellfire Club is known as what?
The Inner Circle.
That's correct.
Damn,
Holy
he gets
hell.
2 for that. Damn, he's racking up.
That easy goddamn question.
It's nice to know the guy that never wins at this is getting a shot here. I like this game.
E.
E?
E.
E.
How does Dr. Octopus control his mechanical arms? That's
With his-
mechanical arms.
I'm trying to think, is his mind or his nervous system? Let's say his mind.
Telepathic control.
That will be his mind.
Yep. I'll take that. Didn't he originally have just the spinner thingies in the front? Wasn't that what it was?
Yeah, until the explosion, then I think that's when he controlled his mind.
Oh.
But there was a Sinister Six storyline where they went into an alternate universe and he had adamantium ones and he had a chip embedded in his head. So he could
I
control
thought it was his nervous system for a while. It would just, he'd be... But then...
He was very nervous.
But then he was able... I knew for a while there he was able to, call to them and he could take them off.
Hopefully he doesn't
And
get the shakes.
They do it.
Oh, jeez. R.
Okay. Which X-Men does Jubilee think of as a father figure?
Wolverine.
Yes.
I think the better question would be, who doesn't see Wolverine as a father figure?
I'd say Cyclops.
Yeah.
Who's your daddy?
What does he do?
E.
E. What does Century's staff do?
Century?
Century. Century. Century.
The gentleman from the old Force Works and West Coast Avengers.
Crikey. I don't know. Shoots lightning.
You want to steal?
No.
No. Do you know?
Does it open teleport?
Yep.
Open dimensional.
Open doors from one reality to another. Teleportation. Pretty good.
You...
Bastard.
Was Cyclops one of the original members of the X-Men?
Is that a question?
Yes.
That's correct.
Peter Parker is the Amazing Spider.
I get freaking
Blank.
Century's power wand does what? And he gets...
I knew that.
That's funny. Water.
That is goddamn ridiculous.
P.
P.
Must pay.
In what vehicle does Hercules travel through space and into other dimensions?
Vehicle.
A sob.
The Hercules mobile. The Herky Herbie. Something.
I'm just trying to think of
What are those things that you stand on that the president fell over when he was riding?
Segway.
Yeah, Segway.
Segway. A Hawkman rocket cycle.
Stop stalling.
Die.
I'm just trying to think of... I've never seen him ride anything.
I don't know if they have a name for it.
A
but
motorcycle.
it's the chariot, right?
How about Pegasus?
A chariot drawn by
right.
enchanted Olympian horses.
Yeah. From that miniseries,
The Bob Layton miniseries.
The
Yeah.
miniseries that only Peter read.
Yeah. Well, I actually
Jamie
have
read
that
it.
miniseries.
That was a great.
I was trying to help you
miniseries.
out there, buddy.
That's all right.
Way to piss in your own shoe.
Yes.
R.
Operation Rebirth was the top secret program that created which superhero?
Captain America.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Did you take your P for stealing?
Is that I didn't know which one it was.
It was
so-
P.
Okay.
M.
And, so you get 2 if you get it right.
Oh boy.
Sauron is a what?
Well, yes.
Why do I get? Why do I get?
Oh,
two
I'm
if I get
sorry.
it right?
Because
Because it's an M.
Because it's an M.
Well, now I can't do strength, right? Because is that the one you just asked?
No, I can use
No,
another
you can
card. Just
use
do whatever
whatever.
one you want.
It doesn't really matter. How about power?
Power.
How we?
Was Marvel Girl one of the original members of the X-Men? Marvel Girl. Marvel Girl.
Is this a no?
Yes.
They called her Marvel Girl.
That was
Jean Grey.
Jean Grey.
Jean Grey was Marvel Girl, yeah.
That this game sucks.
You didn't even give me a chance to steal.
Well, you can't steal on a 50-50 one.
Steel 50-50.
It's bullshit. Marvel Girl.
What? How are we going for the win here? Is it 5 across?
Yeah.
5 across, yeah.
Okay.
Why, did you already get 5 across?
No, I didn't know if you could do down if you had strength.
No. Go ahead, pick.
M.
Bullshit.
Oh, you got another M.
Suck.
That's you.
Only.
Oh,
two.
which one do you want? You should be winning, right? Because you had 2.
He's going to be close to winning.
Let's go ultimate intelligence.
What is Tiger's real name?
Tiger.
Tigra.
Tigra.
You're screwed.
Yeah, you're done. Do you even know it, Peter? Oh,
I have no idea.
I'm trying to think of it right now. It's not, no, Patsy Walker. It's not Patsy Walker.
No.
It's,
Remember the Quickie Burger?
crap. I can't think of it going.
Greer Nelson.
That's right.
that's correct.
Okay, I had E.
Oh, you had E?
Yeah, I
And
pulled
to
E.
think she changed her name. Who was Steve Rogers' commanding officer when he was in the Army?
Whoa. Yowza.
Come on, Cap fan.
Yeah, Cap fan here. It wasn't anybody you saw afterwards, I didn't think.
Not a boulder, but a rock.
Oh shit! No hints.
That's a completely different universe.
Yeah. Sergeant Rock. I didn't know. I have no idea.
Peter?
No, I have no idea.
Sergeant Mike Duffy,
Okay.
John's father.
John's father, yeah.
Wow, that's a random question.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Marvel
Not easy one like Marvel Girl.
Who the hell calls her Marvel Girl?
Everybody.
Everybody in the original X-Men called her Marvel Girl.
And her daughter's called Marvel Girl.
Gotta start reading those early ones.
S.
S.
It's freaking Miss Marvel, not Marvel Girl.
Miss Marvel is
Never
somebody
Miss Marvel,
different.
somebody-
I know. That's what I mean. That's who goes by the name of Marvel. Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel. No Marvel Girl.
There's a Marvel boy, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
New Warriors?
What alien has all the powers of the Fantastic Four?
The Super Scroll.
All Super Scroll?
Go ahead, Brian.
You put your tiles back in.
P.
He has
P.
all his tiles over there.
Oh. Who is the largest member of the new Brotherhood of Evil Mutants?
The Blob.
Yeah, that's right. It's a random question.
Did they measure?
R.
Who built a machine capable of accelerating the genetic evolution of living organisms?
The High Evolutionary?
That's correct.
Just like give it right in the
What the hell?
Who raised the high evolutionary powers of...
The High Evolutionary. It's Matt. Oh, no, you went.
That would be me.
I'll go another round if you
That's
want to
right.
give it to me, Peter.
I just can't. Damn fingers. What's that? M.
Oh.
Let's see.
We'll just go one thing across because somebody's got to be ready to win soon.
Give me, just because it was really tough one last time, ultimate intelligence.
Jesus Christ. Who is Magneto's son?
Pietro Maximoff or Quicksilver?
Quicksilver is the answer.
Yeah, Pietro Maximoff is wrong. The card says Quicksilver.
That's right.
I said or
Moops.
Quicksilver.
It's Moops.
The Moops.
You.
Yo. What is Dazzler's real name?
Allison Blair.
I believe it's Dizzy Dazzler.
Yes. I knew it was Allison, but I had Blaine.
E.
E. Which X-Man did Cyclops marry?
Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Marvel Girl.
She wasn't Marvel Girl when he got married.
No.
She was a Marvel woman, I believe.
Should be which ex-woman did he marry? Why are they being sexist?
P.
P.
Why not ex-person?
Is Electro a man or a woman?
Electro?
Yes. Not Electra.
It would
Electro.
be a man. Max Dillon.
She's a man, baby.
Jeez, some of these questions.
That's the question for the 8-year-old.
Yeah, I guess.
What was that? P?
And then who was
Yes, I think it was P.
Okay.
S.
the commanding officer?
Yeah, right.
What is Khazar's father's name?
Kaiser.
Khazar. Who is your daddy?
Mr. Kazar.
Lord.
Oh, I know.
I can't think of his freaking name now.
Uh-oh.
Lord.
Oh. Yeah, yeah.
Bryan.
Yeah. You almost said it.
Was it Braddock? No. Bryan. It's a B. I thought it was a B. What, Bryan? I can't think of it. Go ahead.
I don't know how much they're looking for. Lord Plundar?
Lord
Kevin Plundar.
Robert Plundar.
Plundar.
That's Kevin Plunder.
Kevin Plunder. Brian Braddock's is
Captain Britain.
Yeah.
Kevin Plunder. Ah.
What letter was that?
That was
Oh, well, I can tell you right now. S.
S. No S.
Is that me picking? Yeah.
That's you.
You pick her.
You.
In what?
Says-
Who's Thor's father?
Oh my God, Odin.
Great.
Great
Odin's-
Odin's beer.
You know, I really got screwed in this game because I'm after you, so I'm the one who can steal from you. And when do you not know the answer?
I believe you knew the cat. The
Oh, you got the
Marvel
spy.
girl, though.
Yeah, you got the
You
Yeah,
actually
I
did
did,
steal.
yeah.
E.
Where did Luke Cage grow up?
Harlem.
Yep.
Better be right.
M.
They also have down New York as a possible answer.
Harlem, New York. I suppose
Resistance.
is futile.
Which evil group's motto is, if you cut off one head, 2 more will grow back in its place?
Hydra.
I hope so.
Is that the game?
That's the game, baby.
Because you're the juggernaut.
If I would have got a strength, I would have had coming down too.
It's not a bad game. Questions are a little random, but at times, but for this group, it worked pretty good. It's good.
What's my no prize?
Here's a thing of Altoids.
Okay. Thanks.
So that's the Marvel trivia game. Like I said, it's
that was a quick round.
2003. Looked like the trademark.
Yeah, it's only been
was.
37 minutes.
Yeah, www.pressmantoy.com.
Great filler item, Peter. 37 minutes.
Yeah. Way to kill some time. My sister actually picked this up for me for Christmas for like $5 discount.
Big lots.
Yep.
I've been looking at it for a couple times.
So it looks like it's pretty good. Some of the questions don't seem too random, even though some of them seem a little too easy. But otherwise, it looks like a pretty good game. All right. What we got?
What the hell?
I don't know.
It's from another
What do
country.
you got?
Who's somebody said they had an off the rack?
You did.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
You did, bitch.
Oh, I just I finished Infinity Gauntlet, and I don't know. I had some mixed feelings about it, but it did explain some backstory from the Infinity War and Crusade.
I would hope so.
Obviously, Adam Warlock's plan just seemed ridiculous. I thought the whole thing, and it just left some. Maybe I was reading in too much, but you know, with Nebula doing the whole everything that happened in the last 24 hours is undone. So then, wouldn't technically Adam Warlock and Pip and what was her name, Nemorita, Gamora,
Yeah.
wouldn't they still be in their old bodies?
Still be dead. Yeah.
So that was a major plot hole that once everything was undone, I kept thinking, that doesn't make any sense. And I didn't quite understand, were they always, those 3 characters, could they always alter their bodies such as that? Or somehow those essence just got, once they died, got injected into those bodies that died? Or what the heck was the backstory with those?
I don't remember where they came from before that story. I don't know if they
He
were.
asked me that a couple days ago, and I couldn't remember either.
I don't know if they were like around before, or I don't remember. I don't know where it all comes from. I don't think they touched on a lot of cosmic stuff in the 80s. That was all kind of ignored for a while. That's hence why they do the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
And once they started the Silver Surfer miniseries in the series in the late 80s.
Yeah,
But for the early 80s and mid 80s, it wasn't around too much.
not really.
And then you said there's a back miniseries for Thanos going around getting the gems.
Thanos Quest.
And did it explain what he was gathering those for, or he just...
We wanted to impress Death. That was the whole thing.
Well, I didn't know if
If
there's
it goes deeper in the other miniseries.
Well, like as he's collecting, he's like, "Oh, now I only have 5 to go."
yeah.
Before I have the Infinity Gauntlet type of thing. Or, but what? How did he die? That Death brought it back from that.
I think that also was probably the battle that
It's been so many years.
well, it's going to kind of dip into our book of the month, so I don't want to go too much into it, but there was a battle with
step
like
off.
the Avengers and all that, like where he did die. Thanos did die
Okay.
in the early. I'm pretty sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what we're reading for book of the month. So, and then
I just got my book. I have no idea.
yeah, and then how he comes back, I couldn't tell you. It's in that late '80s Silver Surfer that I never read.
Well, and that's the other thing. Not to go too far in this, but with the book of the month, I can kind of see more things connecting in the cosmic verse that, by reading the Infinity Gauntlet, that I
Right.
didn't really have an well, I had a little bit of exposure, but I understand more.
Yeah,
Not enough to give, a great idea of what's going on, but I have an idea of how things are starting to connect
Yeah.
from the book of the month to future things.
so and then through now with Annihilation and all that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, it's a neat little map of Marvel's cosmic history when you mess around with all three of those. So that's a great reminder that our book of the month is The Life and Death of Captain Marvel, which you can get from in-stock trades at 40% off, right?
Yep, 40%.
Don't know quite sure what the what the price is now after the discount, but it's a hefty trade. So if you're playing along with us, you definitely want to get it soon, or try to find it wherever you can if you're not going to go through in-stock trades, and start a reading, because it's definitely that old 70s writing that takes a little while to get through.
Well, now let me ask you, maybe to go off on a tangent here a little bit. Reading some of the older stuff, for instance, another thing I just finished was a trade paperback, Spider-Man versus Black Cat, where I'm reading through here, and I'm seeing the image of, after they kiss, Spider-Man pulling down his mask, but then the writing tells you that he's pulling down his mask. At what point, I'm reading, I'm like, I'm not an idiot. I can see by the illustration to what happens now, where there's some comic books I'm reading where it's very little dialogue, and the pictures, maybe just the way they're drawn or whatnot, I have no idea what's going on. So at what point did they stop narrating every single tidbit of what's going on that you can just see in the picture, to where you have now where very little dialogue, where you know what's going on just by the pictures, or even the pictures make it more confusing because there is very little dialogue.
Say late 80s, early 90s.
When they started
the image boom.
Yeah, when they started replacing the narration boxes with that being the thought boxes instead of narrating, they became the new thought balloons, quote unquote.
Is that I was just gonna say, is that something longtime readers such as yourselves and Jamie have missed? Do you like that?
Old guy.
Long time, I said. I didn't say old time. That you miss everything kind of being spelled out for it, or do you prefer? To me, I feel as though they're treating me like I'm an idiot because I can't see in the illustration. I don't even need the picture. Then it's almost like a book where I could just read the dialogue and not even worry about the illustrations.
I kind of liked it in the 70s and the early 80s. Certain writers could get away with it and do it well. Certain writers couldn't. There were certain writers, you're right, that would tell you everything. There are certain books that I would read that they always had that one page of recap of what happened.
Or 2 or 3 pages.
Yeah, and it was like, I understood why they did it, to help new readers jump on, and if you missed an issue before, but for the people that were reading it all along and were getting the issues, it was just a wasted page or wasted couple of pages. So that was one thing that they did with it. I never really saw a lot of people do things that you just said. That said that they kiss as he pulls it down and it says Spider-Man pulls down his mask. I never really noticed that much of that kind of stuff going on. It could have just been the writer at that time on Spider-Man. I didn't really read Spider-Man a lot, so I really don't have much of a frame of reference for that one.
Because there's even stuff like look at him move. I never saw anybody move that fast, and it's like it seemed it was
or the classic. He's so large yet he's so fast.
Yeah.
How can something so large be so fast?
Mm-hmm.
That's just that, but that's different.
That's
different.
cliched
Yeah,
writing,
that's a
yeah.
cliched writing. I mean, I think a lot of it too is that artists got better.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have better artists that can tell great that have great storytelling, that can explain what a writer is writing as opposed to having them write it. They say picture's worth 1,000 words, so I guess writers started to learn that.
Yeah,
that.
They could trust the artist to bring across the storyline that they wanted.
Because even reading, I don't know if you guys have read it yet, but the new Moon Knight series that came out, #1, there's not that much dialogue in it, but you get if you look at the pictures, you can get this bigger story to it that, there were some mixed reviews on the forum about it, but I thought it was a very good issue because you didn't need much dialogue just by looking at the pictures. You got the idea of what's happening from the beginning of the book to the end.
I haven't read it yet, but
Okay.
I know, like when we read Tomb of Dracula by Marv Wolfman, it was very what he called purple prose, where his captions were more they added to what was going on panel to panel. You got he explained things in there like maybe what the weather was like, or the tension of the room, or the shadows, and blah blah blah, which is that's kind of stuff is hard to do in your artwork for the most part. But I know now, like when you get certain writers who the exposition is just out of control. It does feel jarring now. I don't mind like if I know books from the 70s or 80s, I sort of expect that it's going to be sort of like that. But for writers now, it does. It's like skip that. But I don't think a lot of writers do it now anymore. I think it's just a part of the evolution of writing, and you either sink or swim with it. So.
Because I know when I read some of the older stuff, I always, not that I stumble, but it's just like, all this exposition. And
yeah, it's a lot.
You could desperately cut it down just by looking at the illustrations.
Yeah.
I do get sick of this stuff now, though, where, like you said, they hardly write anything, and you look at the pictures and go, I have no idea what's going on here. Like, I don't know who that is. I don't know what's happening. I don't know where they are, like, or whatever. It's like, because there are some artists who they might look neat, but you're really not sure what's going on, and it's like, I need a little explanation here. I think the guy writes it assuming that the artist can do his job, and then the artist draws it, and then they don't go back and rewrite it based on the artwork, or I don't know. I think the editors maybe need to step up a little bit there.
Yeah.
Fixing your pipe.
We got a Geek of the Day.
Oh,
holy hell!
Haven't had one of those in a long time.
Yeah, so let's listen in.
Hey guys, it's Kirk G from the forum here. After listening to the great debate about whether or not comics should be for kids or young adults or teens in episode 124, I've got to admit that I think they used to be for kids, but now that the disposable income is being spent by the young adults, they are no longer being aimed at kids, and I don't think there's anybody in the industry of Marvel or DC or otherwise that would argue that it is. There's a few throwaway books that are being produced, but for the most part, they're banking on the fact that you've all got disposable income and that you want more mature themes, and as a result, they're giving what the audience demands, what the traffic will support, what the market will bear. As a result, if you don't like it, don't buy it. That's the clearest message that you can send to them. Myself, I'm interested in enjoying some things for adults and some things for teens, but with 2 kids on the way, well, I'm not sure exactly which books to give them. Can you make any suggestions? Thanks very much. We'll see ya. Kirk G. in Athens, Ohio.
Wanted.
Good to hear from you. Wanted. Jeez. Johnny DC line and Marvel Age.
Well, Marvel Adventures now.
Marvel Adventures.
Actually, some of that Marvel Adventure stuff is stuff that is really cool. It's straight up fun comics. I think they could just throw the Spider-Man stories that are going on now, throw them right out the window, and everyone just read Marvel Adventure Spider-Man. I think it's a much better Spidey book.
I read Teen Titans Go.
Yeah,
I love it. And I know Mark Miller really, his run on Superman Adventures, he claims that is some of his best Superman stories ever.
really.
So and I think they're traded. I think there's like 1 or 2 trades of his run on that. So that'd be a great book to find. Get a hold of. And that's all stuff you can find in cheap bins. And they're trading all that in both Marvel and DC. So those are great books to start them off.
And we got some voicemails, too.
Hey, Geeks. This is Bill, a.k.a. Library Boy on the forum. Long-time listener, first-time caller. I just wanted to say that a week or two back when Bryan was talking about reading the Will Eisner biography and that he was all psyched about reading more of the Spirit, there's really no better gateway drug for that than the Best of the Spirit collection that DC just released back in December, I think it was. It's just the best collection of all of the sort of post-World War II Spirit stories that I ever did. So World War II stuff after World War II is generally considered best. And it's a collection of all that. It's like 4-color crack. You need to read this if you've ever had it. Even if you have, you still need to read it. It's that good. Anything you like in comic books today, Eisner did it 60 years ago already. In backwards, for all I know. He just was that far ahead of the game. It's amazing stuff. In fact, you guys should really think about making it a book of the month, because it could be either a DC book of the month, since it's released by DC, or it could be an independent book of the month, since Eisner was doing his own thing with this book way back when. Anyways, yeah, make it a book of the month. It would be perfect for that sort of thing, because it would get a lot of people to read it, because people listen to you guys. Use the power of suggestion that you have to get people to go out and read this book, because everybody needs it. So, Best of the Spirit, thumbs up. Great show, and I've rambled on long enough, and I'm sure this will sound like crap. So, talk to you later. Bye.
Had a little bit of a short circuit in the middle there.
It's important to note that call came post-apocalyptic fallout.
Oh, jeez.
I did just finish reading A Contract with God, the original story. I got the trilogy, and I'm in the second one now, but it is incredible. Like, I'm reading it, and Eisner's work is definitely cartoony. I don't know that he ever went for stunning realism. I think he always knew he was drawing cartoons, but I completely forget that it's a comic book. I'm reading this, and I'm completely sucked into his world. Like, everything that he's portraying, even though it's in a cartoony fashion, is so realistic in the way that he captures it, like the way that you imagine it in your head. Everything is exactly real, and you just totally forget that it's a comic book. Like, I was completely absorbed into it, and I was there in every panel, in every scene that he did. It's the first Eisner that I've sat down and read. We talk about him all the time, but I had never read him. And now I know why he's the greatest. I mean, that one story just, boom, and like I said, I'm halfway through the second one, and it's just as good. But it's the whole guy was a genius. No question about it.
Yeah, I read I've enjoyed the Droopsy Avenue and the stuff he did more along the lines of when he was a kid in New York, and you're right. You totally get sucked in. It's like reading a novel, but it's in comic book form. And I know that sounds weird to say that, but you feel like you're reading more than a comic book, but you're not you're not quite reading a novel. It's just that absorbing, because the subject matter is more, again, than we get in a comic book, more along the lines of a novel, and the world he portrays, and you're sucked right in, and you want to know about these people, and some of the people you feel like you've known your entire lives just by reading a couple pages, and they're right. Everything he touched was just amazing, amazing stuff.
That's why they call him. Well, that's why he is the father of the graphic novel.
Mhm.
What the heck is the one you just read? It just went right out of my
Contract
mind.
with God.
Contract with God
Was the first one. Yeah.
Was the first graphic novel.
Right.
They also say that's the only one I've ever read from him because DC started that Will Eisner library, and I thought, oh, great, perfect time to jump on.
And then
that was the first one I got.
Kitchen Sink, or now
Yeah.
it's another company that owns.
So
some
that's
of
the only
stuff.
one I got. Yeah.
But yeah, like I mean, I'm sure someone has done it. I'm sure many people have done it. But I'd really be interested in seeing like almost a panel by panel examination of what he's doing in each one of those illustrations. Because again, I don't really know how to describe it, but the amount of realism that's somehow in those panels without being a photorealistic artist. He gets you to feel everything that he wants you to feel by the way that he draws those pictures. Like something is in them. The just every detail that he puts in is there for a reason. Like everything is done for a reason. It's not like an artist just says, "Hey, I'm going to draw that because it looks cool." I think he knew what every pencil mark on that page was because because it's so powerful. I'm now like absolutely going to just keep buying every Eisner thing I see until I have it all because I really, want my collections. Screw all that other stuff I have. It's like if I don't, what kind of comic collector am I if I don't have all the Eisner stuff? It's just, I'm sold.
Every time I see one of those Spirit splash pages with the word Spirit and some kind of design, I always see new ones all the time, and I'm like, wow, look at that.
That's what it was a big in the biography. That was a big thing because at the time, the logo was the logo, and that's what people identified with. And the fact that he changed it every time was like, whoa, you can't do that. People aren't going to recognize it's going to be. Oh, that was his thing, And now each one is a masterpiece. So,
and we have talked about a Will Eisner Book of the Month.
It'll come.
It'll come eventually. Yeah.
Now we got another voicemail.
Hi, guys. This is Kirk Greneville calling from Athens, Ohio, and I have an off-the-rack review, or maybe you want to call this an indie challenge for the month of April. It's an independent book that I promised you that I'd review. So I'm going to try to send this to you in two different forms and see if you can use this 2-minute review. Death Comes to Dillinger. This is the first of 2 parts by James Patrick, the author. The artist is Seven Heads, and the colorist is Jim Rinquet. It's published by Silent Devil for $2.99 per copy. Now, a friend of mine cautioned me, Kirk, this isn't your usual Silver Age book that you like. They know I'm a big Jack Kirby fan, and they're right. This isn't the Silver Age anymore. It's the modern age. You can tell from the moment you spot the cover. Now, imagine the Marvel Comics character of Death, but filtered through drawings of Bill Sienkiewicz. At least that's what the figure on the bar stool leaning on the bar brought to my mind. An unmistakable image of Death, dressed as a gunslinger. This is a beautiful book, drawn in a sketchy Sienkiewicz style and colored in muted earth tones like the Old West. James Patrick's story feels like an old episode of The Twilight Zone, a morality play where one man tries to control fate, outmaneuver a force of nature, to alter his destiny, and gambles everything. No one knows why Death has ridden into town, but they all recognize him, and they know what it means. Who will he claim this time? The old, the sick, the young, the guilty, the innocent? Whose time has run out? Everyone fears someone close to them. Everyone knows what happened the last time he showed up, especially over in Elk Grove. The book feels a lot like High Plains Drifter meets The Twilight Zone. The image of a pale rider, if I may borrow one more cinematic Clint Eastwood image, that image as Death, who cannot be bargained with, cannot be dissuaded, and cannot be ignored, is a strong one. I love this book from the front cover to the cliffhanger splash page end. The second and final issue will certainly be eagerly awaited. If you see a copy of this book on the shelf at your comic shop, grab it. There won't be many left, and you won't be disappointed. James Patrick is a talented writer who has deftly crafted this morality tale. As a critical writer who's watched others write and publish for years, he's studied the field as a comic reader, retailer, writer, and now a new parent. Get in on the ground floor of his work. It's going to be very valuable and rare someday. Or you can wait and pay a pretty penny on eBay or at Comic-Cons in the future and just try to find a copy of his first works. Death Comes to Dillinger arrives in comic shops in April, late April for issue 1, and perhaps late May to June for issue 2. The eventual plans are to combine the two in a trade paperback and possibly market to bookstores. That's my review. Hope you guys can use this. I'll try to send the same sort of review via the email if you can piece together that audio. Thanks, guys. See you on the podcast.
Thanks.
That was
cool.
very thorough.
Yeah. We want to get more of those too. We really haven't gotten any kind of like geeks of the day or off the racks. Maybe we need to announce it. It's been a while and got a whole bunch of new listeners. If you got a book you want to talk about with not hard, try not to spoil it for everybody, but whether it's mainstream, independent, a superhero novel, whatever, give us 2-3 minutes of an audio, whether you want to call our voice line or if you have the equipment to record your own MP3 file, and send it to us and we'll play it. Can't say that we'll get to it in a terribly timely fashion.
That's
but
right.
We'll get there. We'll get to it as we go through our email. So please, we definitely encourage anyone who, just send it in. We want you to participate as well.
And we have one more voicemail. Oops, that's the wrong one.
Hello, boys. This is Rebus, known to my family as Troy, and to all others as Dumbass. I don't believe I'm actually calling you all. I have, in the past, kind of hammered people for doing the little voicemail thing because, honestly, they either sound like they're mumbling or they're doing, an ad for the drag races. But, something happened today, episode 122. Amy called, Little Witch called, and read the ingredients to haggis. Now, this is in response to a topic that was going on months ago. I got to tell you, Amy, I love you to the bottom of your little Wiccan heart. That was the funniest thing I've heard in so long. Thank you for doing that. You had posted at one time that you might be moving to the Colorado area. If you do, give me a call, give me a buzz, get in touch with me somehow. I will turn you on to some Viva Burrito or something. We'll hook you up, indoctrinate you to the area, as it were. Tell you where you can get your, supply your comic book needs. And now here I am mumbling. I apologize. Thank you all again. God bless you all. Good night. Bye-bye.
Apparently Match.com is no longer working for people. They're hopping onto the podcast.
That's right. Leave us a voicemail, and you too can hook up with your favorite international.
When's the link for the personal ads on the forum coming up?
That's cool, though. It's funny.
If you highlight the CGS guy's groin, it'll take you to the personal section, and then that's where it'll be broken down, where you can hook up.
Yeah. Anything else?
No.
I got nothing.
No, we're done.
See y'all in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. Get out there. Let us know.
Get your shirts.
Yep. Come visit us. $15 convention shirts. Bring exact change.
Yes, please. 10s and 5s would be greatly appreciated.
No, if they buy them from me, they're $20, so they don't need the.
There you go.
So worry about.
Matt'll make it easier on
Yeah,
you.
I'll make it easier
You just
on
give
you.
him a 20 and we call it even.
It's $15 until we run out of 5s. It becomes 20.
And if you want it signed, well, then that gets the extra $5.
That's right.
And if you are going, let yourself, introduce yourself and tell us where the best places to eat, because we're going to need some eating material out there.
I'm sure they have a
material.
McDonald's.
Material.
Material.
McDonald's.
The hell are you
We're out in
talking-
Pittsburgh. What's that sandwich that the one guy said he was? We had
Yeah,
to eat,
no, the Pamani brothers.
the Manny Brothers. There you go.
Yeah.
Because are we in the middle of nowhere? Is that convention like in the middle of nowhere, or no? Or is it places to eat? Around
Well, it's a busy section where all the stores
Oh,
are.
okay.
It's not like
But
we're going to be on the
It's
island
not
of Lost.
in Pittsburgh.
no, I know. That's why I
Yeah,
asked. I
so
didn't
to
know
get
if
to
it
Pamani
was-
Brothers, we got like a 20-minute
We
drive.
are still in
into the city.
Pennsylvania. It's not like,
Wow.
It's not like we're going to
I
have to.
knew it was not in Pittsburgh, so I didn't know if it was like the old Philadelphia stadiums that were like in the middle of
Yeah.
nowhere.
It's not like we're going to have to wait for the first person to die so we have some food.
let's eat Jamie. He's probably feed all of us. He looks kind of sickly.
Peter, club him.
All right.
Over there.
I'm not dead yet.
I'm not dead yet.
I feel happy.
I'm going for a walk.
All right. This episode of Comic Geek Speak was brought to you by Jeffrey Borchert and ThinkJeffrey.com. That's think, JEFFERY.com. He's an excellent photographer, and he does have prints for sale, and some of them are very good. So you can get stuff from thinkjeffrey.com, and you can email him at jeffrey@thinkjeffrey.com.
Can you see? Are those his photographs that are on all of his posts?
Yeah, he's taking all those.
Those are nice photographs. They really are.
Yeah, he really knows what he's doing, and he's a big fan of the show, and he posts very frequently on the on the forum. Does she go?
She a goer.
Say no more.
A nudge is the same as a wink to a blind bat.
Let's go.
All right. I was doing so well until Jamie kicked in with the Eric Idle, and then I lost it.
Just photographs.
If you want to send us an email, it's comicgeekspeak@gmail.com, and check out our website at comicgeekspeak.com. Please vote for us at Podcast Alley. You can do that by going to comicgeekspeak.com/vote. And if you want to leave us a voicemail, the number is 206-888-4805. A reminder that we're brought to you in conjunction with WorldFamousComics.com, your spot on the internet for the best comic book and entertainment-related columns, contests, features, reviews, news, resources, and more. And as always, we are uniting the world's mightiest heroes, one listener at a time.